The following program is sponsored by LBO Academy.
This is the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. Your hosts are Aaron and Mayumi Muller, owners of 8 companies that run without them, and founders of the LBO Academy. It's your turn to discover how you can own a business that runs without you. Now, here's Aaron and Mayumi.
Good afternoon, everyone. You're listening to Aaron Muller with the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. If you can't listen to this entire show, you can always go to lblradio.com. That's lblradio.com, and listen to this episode and any other previous episode. You can just download it there. Today, we have probably the fittest guy we know on the show. This guy, he's insane, man. This guy's insane. Alex Wasserman. He's a successful fitness gym owner for the past 10 years. Prior to that, Alex was a collegiate football player where he was a 2-time All-American wide receiver. And this dude is tall and big. So I'm scared right now because he's right next to me. Also, we have my co-host, Mayumi Muller. She's not only my business partner, but also my partner in life. She's an amazing woman, a true hustler. And if I didn't have her by my side, I probably wouldn't be married. Mayumi.
Yeah, you better not be married. You be single.
Married. I am married.
If I wasn't by your side,
I'm scared of both of you guys, actually.
We're going to tag team here.
Yeah.
I am so excited, you guys, to have Alex here. I'm going to tell you, this is the first time I've been really excited to see him, because usually I see him in the gym and I'm trying to make 100 excuses not to go in.
Yep.
And Alex, by the way, thank you for being on our show this afternoon.
My pleasure.
Happy to have you here.
My pleasure.
But I got to tell you, man, my thighs, my stomach, and the back of my arms are killing me.
All she's been doing is just complain the last day here. So.
I'm
The other
like,
day?
I
Yes.
told you, I cannot get my hair sweaty. Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah, I didn't listen to you.
I know. And
He never
oh my
does.
God, I had the hardest workouts. So that's okay. That's why I'm 50 and you make me look good. I have to eat right, but thank you for having such a great gym. So let's get going. I mean, I didn't know about this. Tell us a little bit about your background. You know, I know you. Well, what do you want to do? Aaron?
No. I just want to talk about, basically what we're going to talk about today is developing a successful business model in the gym industry. So, we want to get your background a little bit and how you got started and all that stuff, because it's interesting. Kind of reading your bio a little bit, it was pretty interesting to me. So why don't you tell the listeners and everybody else?
Yeah, well, I, was an athlete growing up, and then as I got closer to graduating high school and realized I could go beyond just being a high school athlete, kind of went to school and just
Kind of went to school.
kind of went to school.
Kind of just his body was
I
there.
kind of went to high school.
Yeah, you turned out all right. But I got into college, and I kind of thought that I was interested in law, so I was kind of studying criminal justice and law and pre-law stuff, and then playing football.
And then it got hard.
And then it got hard. Well, then pre-law is a lot easier than law school.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's like bookkeeping from accounting.
Yeah, or a nurse versus a doctor.
Yes,
I guess, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Not that nurses don't study hard.
They do a great
But
job.
as I got closer to graduating, and my athletic career was pretty much wrapping up, I had a couple offers to go play in Canada, and that didn't really sound all that fun to go get my head kicked in for $40,000 a year. So
Yes.
I thought maybe that I would go to law school, and then as push came to shove, I realized that I just was way too hyper to just sit in a desk all day and argue with people.
Yep.
So then I kind of thought, well, with my degree, that maybe a career in law enforcement would be a good fit,
I
because you
was
could
thinking
still
that.
be, fit. And,
Yep.
And you look like a
You
cop.
look
too.
like a cop. I was like, that would be the perfect fit too.
Yeah, I thought that that's what I would do. And then, so at the time, I came out of school and I started testing with departments, and it was, bad timing. The economy was really bad. This was back in 98, 99. So the economy wasn't that great. And, I was testing with departments, and I would get fairly far in the process, and just for whatever reason, just I had no experience and I was still pretty young, and so I just wouldn't
Did
get
that
hired.
murder conviction?
Yeah, that murder.
Was that the problem? They
My
didn't really
sexual
like you?
harassment history went against me.
Well, I know that when you're going through that, I mean, even though you're young, yeah, it's hard because you get military points and stuff like that. Like people that have other experience, they get those
Yeah, you get
points.
civil service points.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So I would be a viable candidate. And actually, at the time, this was when affirmative action was going on. So being a white male was not easy to get those type of jobs. Unless you had military. I mean, there were guys that definitely got it. And I don't want to use that as an excuse. But so I would just, I'd make it through to the end and they'd be like, hey, you're a great candidate. But, we're going to go with these 5 other guys. I'd test with 10,000 people for 20 positions. So it was tough.
Yeah.
So I'd have to start that whole process over again. But in the meantime, I forgot to tell you this in my bio, but in the meantime, to add credibility to myself, I drove an armored truck.
Oh.
And so you have to carry a gun for that.
Yep.
So
you're
that was
kind of a cop.
Yeah, kind of a cop, and I couldn't shoot anybody, but
That's okay.
but I would do like ride-alongs, and I noticed that a lot of times when I did some of those ride-alongs, that it was the guys that I would do ride-along with, they put you with seasoned guys that have been around, and they were pretty cynical. And just you see kind of the worst in people of every day, and it wasn't a very positive experience. And then I kind of started feeling like, oh, maybe I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But while I was testing, I figured I'd worry about that. What if I got offered a position or whatever? And so I needed a job. And in the meantime, I was bouncing in bars at night. I was working stupid hours, and I mean that's not really much of a career plan. So my dad actually suggested, because I was still exercising a ton, he was like, hey, you should get a job in a gym somewhere and, just while you're testing. So I did
Keep
that.
in shape and
I got certified and started working as a trainer. And I just realized, I could make about the same amount of money I could be being a cop, but much more positive environment.
Yeah.
right.
So I kind of just stuck with it and just kind of rode that wave
That's
for
great.
a long time. Yeah.
And then what? And then you ended up. So when did you just kind of get to the part where you decided I'm going to open up my own gym?
Yeah.
So I was working privately. I went to people's homes. I had a couple contacts, and so I had some good clients in some well-to-do areas of the Seattle area, and so I would kind of go to a house and train, the husband, the wife, and the 2 kids and stuff like that. And so I could spend, 3-4 hours in one house, but it got to the point where I was busy enough that I was spread pretty thin. I was working 6 days a week, and I couldn't take on any more clients because I was basically booked.
Right.
And I couldn't grow my business. And if I ever wanted to take off or go out of town or something like that, I wasn't getting paid because
it's just
I wasn't
you.
there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the opportunity presented itself to open, to take over a gym that it was going under in Bellevue Way, which is where right off Bellevue Way where you guys go. And so I just kind of took that spot over and took all my book of business there and just kind of grew it from there.
And you've been
That's
rocking, man. I mean,
great.
you've been featured in magazines,
Yep,
and you guys
local
have done. And
magazines
you did a Biggest Loser deal, right?
No,
Like-
I did The Bachelor.
The Bachelor.
Oh, The Bachelor.
Yeah, I
thought it was
trained The
Big-
Bachelor.
Oh,
The
who was that?
Jason Mesnick.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah,
he
so you got a little bit of fame
he
there.
came to it was actually a pretty cool experience. Like I got to go down to LA and live in the house with him and
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
That's
Oh, cool. I didn't
train him
know
I
during
didn't
the
know that
taping.
either.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Okay, so then fast forward a little bit more, right? So you became a gym owner. So I love what you do at your gym. I mean, we'll talk about the specifics, but in generality, like I don't know. I just say I have a personal trainer. We all get to work with your training team. You have a great team working for you. What is the difference between your gym versus
Like a
CrossFit
CrossFit
gym
or-
versus LA Fitness? If you go to LA Fitness and hire a personal trainer, tell the listeners what the difference
Yeah,
is.
so I think probably the biggest difference is, like you said, when a member comes into our space, they're training with the team of trainers, right? So we don't have my clients, his clients, her clients. It's kind of one big group of clients.
It's our
So you
clients.
created a business
Yep.
around the gym, typical personal trainer, and that's all they do. You guys basically from our experiences, it's like you train all the trainers to train like you would,
Exactly.
but customers not be reliant on that one person, so that
Right.
if there is turnover in your business or somebody's sick or something,
They're more
like that,
interested in the workout
you
than
want
the person.
and they're
Than the
interested in the
person.
business, the way you
Yes.
operate the systems. And I love
He's
that
cloned
about you.
himself.
No, this is beautiful because this is what so many people don't do, like in the personal training industry, and that's where I think CrossFit kind of went into the kind of a little bit kind of that mentality
Yeah.
of it made a bigger class, but you guys are more personalized
Right.
versus that bigger group of people just coming in, working with one trainer, and then there's like
Right, because
30
CrossFit's
people.
group fitness, right?
Right.
That's
Group
not
fitness.
one-on-one.
Yeah, so you
Right.
guys do I feel like your workouts like the cross fitness kind of mentality, but one-on-one. So the business model is really interesting. So has it been successful doing that model, or have you thought like maybe I made the wrong decision going that model? Or
No, it's
what?
been great. I mean, it keeps your clientele. I mean, because
Right.
you could be the best trainer in the world, but eventually people get used to you, or they get bored, or
Right.
they get too friendly with you,
Right.
and they end up talking instead of actually exercising.
Which I try to do that.
You guys are good at
I
lifestyle
try to
plan.
get them to talk and not work out so much, but they get it. They're onto my game, honey. But I got to give a shout out. But you're right. I mean, what I like about going to Elite Fitness, it's in Bellevue, Washington, is I really enjoy that. I can still get a general workout with your whole team, right? Because on Mondays I have different people than I do on Wednesday, but they work on different areas and it's the same style.
But it's
If I'm doing
consistency,
it
yeah, they-
incorrectly, they help me and correct me so that I don't have injuries because I'm no spring chicken. I can't be doing CrossFit and doing what 20-year-olds do. So I really like that your team knows about
But see, I want to understand
everything.
exactly, and this is
anatomy.
But this goes along with what we teach in the LBO Academy and the book and everything is creating a business, right? And not a
systemizing it.
job. And so you instinctively knew to do this, right? So this was something that you came up with on your own, or did someone else do this model and that you just copied it? Or
No,
what's
I'd
the-
seen it. So when I first started working as a trainer, I worked for a company that's actually still a company, but they're in Canada, and it was called Innovative Fitness, and they did something very similar where they kind of had a team of trainers, and
Yep.
they would kind of rotate through, but just kind of tried to tweak it and make it a
Right.
little bit more my own, because the difference of what I try to do is, instead of hiring people with master's degree in anatomy and physiology, you hire athletes.
Yes.
Because nobody knows how
Yes.
to train more than an athlete
heck yeah.
does.
I totally agree.
And it's boring. Exercise is inherently boring.
Hate it.
Unless you're crazy, most people don't love to exercise.
I don't love it. And I'm going to cut you off right here because today we're talking with Alec Wasserman, a successful fitness gym owner for the past 10 years in Bellevue, Washington. It's called Elite Fitness. Our discussion is about what it's like to own a gym in this ever-changing industry and how to stay on top of the game. Follow the Lifestyle Business Owner Show on Facebook and Instagram. And you can also listen to Lifestyle Business Owner Show anytime, anywhere on lboradio.com.
We'll be back with more of the Lifestyle Business Owner Show after this brief break here on AM 1580. The Answer. Log on to lboradio.com while you listen to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show. Now, back to Aaron and Mayumi Muller.
Welcome back to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. Today we're talking with Alex Wasserman, a successful fitness gym owner for the past 10 years. And our discussion this afternoon is about what it's like to own a gym in this ever-changing industry and how to stay on top. And let me tell you, Alex has got everything put in place to stay on top. He is
these
doing
guys.
a fantastic job over there at Elite Fitness in Bellevue, Washington.
Yeah. Very impressed with how you run a business, man.
Yep.
So what makes a gym, typically successful financially, because there's a lot of gyms that come and go. You've been able to stay for 10, 11 years now, and you're doing well. And so what makes a successful gym?
Well, you got basically three different markets, right? You've got membership base, which is, you got your LA Fitness, you got your 24-hour fitness, cheap entry fee,
Yep.
$20 a
national
month,
chain
30,
type thing,
Yeah.
convenience.
Convenient.
They're
Yeah.
big, and they've got every piece of equipment under the sun, but they're basically a fitness mall, right?
Right.
They'll have
Oh, I love
everything
that.
you can think of, right? They'll have personal training, they'll have saunas, they got aerobics, they've got spin, but they don't necessarily try to do any one thing.
No.
Well, they just try to be the one-stop shop.
Yep.
Then you've got your group fitness stuff, your Soul Cycles, your Orange Theories, boot camps, stuff like that. And then you've got your boutique studios.
Oh.
Boutique studios more what I do. So I don't need, nor could I even handle 20,000 members like an LA Fitness does. So I'm catering to that one niche of, instead of having a mall of fitness, I just am honing on one thing, and that's just the personal training. There's no other fees other than the personal training. So people that really want a trainer and don't and want to have something that's very specific to them, then they're steered more towards boutique fitness.
Yeah.
So do
I
you
agree.
analyze your numbers? Like, do you look at your numbers and say, I need to have X amount of members to pay my bills? Do you
That's
know
a
that
good
kind of stuff?
question. Yeah. So I look at it less about numbers as far as how many members I need. I do it in terms of hours, because I could have 400 members coming one time a week, or I could have 150 members coming 4 times a week, and which is better.
Oh, I see.
So you do it in terms of hours, because there's most people are training before work and after work.
Yep.
Right. So the sweet spot is that 5, 6, 7, 8 a.m. Right. And then that 4, 5, 6, 7 p.m. So you're always going to be busy during those times. Right. You're never going to have trouble filling those spots.
Right.
Oh, that's right, because you get, that's the thing is you charge by the hour. So
Yeah,
that's how
exactly.
you do. Okay, so that's why you would do it by hours.
They're not
Right.
paying for a membership. They're paying by the
That-
session.
that's
So
true.
we go twice a
Yeah.
week.
So how do you
and
deal with the fact
4
that we
hours.
like to skip like half the time?
I still take your money.
He does.
Wait a
he
minute,
Show
I give
does.
you notice. I give you notice, man. Don't be taking my money. Okay, so you're doing. You mentioned Orange Theory, man, and you're doing now some consulting for those guys. This
Yeah.
is a big national franchise.
Yeah,
right?
Orange
And it's
Theory is a pretty cool gig.
it's
I
coming
mean,
up
So
pretty
tell
big.
us,
so what's
how'd you
going
get
on?
involved in that?
so one of I know a client who was involved with some of the prospecting for getting the rights to the Washington area, and so they had talked to me about it, and it's not really a conflicting business with mine, because
No,
it's
it's
two
not.
different demographics, it's two different markets.
Two different markets,
right?
yep.
So most people that are going to come train in a boutique studio are going to train 1 to 3 times a week, and then they're going to try, hopefully, do something on their own on their off days.
That's
really?
Orange Theory. Do you kind of recommend that?
Wait, is that
Like,
Orange
Yeah,
Theory? Oh,
Orange
that's not
Theory is
yours.
perfect
That's
for
not
that.
your place.
No, I don't
Yeah.
own that place. No, that's a big.
No, I mean wait. Did
But
you say
I-
the boutique one you're going to do on your own as well?
No,
that's
boutique would be coming in and training one-on-one with the trainer.
Okay, got it.
Doing but I would classify Orange Theory as boutique, because
Oh, you would.
they're not going for 20,000
No.
members.
Yeah.
They're
limited to the amount of members they can
many-
have per session.
exactly per class, right? But it's a great workout. It's very actually similar style to what Elite does. It is high intensity interval training. You're training in all
So
5
they
of your
kind of
heart
take.
rate zones.
Did they kind of take a model? I haven't been there or anything, but did they kind of take the business model of, hey, we want this to be exciting to go work out? Like,
Yeah.
and you're in
Yeah.
technology. It almost seems like they're into the
Lot of
techie
technology.
thing,
Lot of
like, where they have
Well,
graphs and stuff.
they have
very bright
the
in
monitors going. They have a heart rate. Your heart rate is hooked up to screens in the room, so you can see exactly how hard you're working. And for every minute you spend over 85% of your heart rate, you get a
I'd
point.
get anxiety.
Wait, but
from
does
that,
everyone
man.
see that too?
Yeah, but they don't know who's who.
They don't know who's who.
Oh, it's anonymous.
Yeah, they do it like,
okay.
you're
You're just like initials.
You know
You
who
could
you
put,
are.
Yeah.
You can put like
Hot Mama
Jake-
52,
Okay.
and that's your name.
Oh, they know that was Mayumi then for sure. All right, so let's talk about employees now.
Okay,
like-
yeah, I want to ask the question. Okay, so this is the thing. You have great employees.
Yeah.
We talk every week about how hard it is to find employees. So I want to ask, how do you find your employees? And then do you train them, or do they come trained? I know you like to hire athletes. So
Yeah.
what is your process? Because you've done a great job of hiring great kids and retaining them as well.
Well,
gotta
like
be-
a
it's
good
gotta be
example
hard.
is,
Yeah.
you guys get to work with JP a lot. JP
Yep.
had 0 training experience.
Really?
When he started, yeah. But he was an athlete.
Well, I would like
He's
to
a great
subtract
athlete.
him from the good employees.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, he is pretty
Brutal.
Woo, man.
We love him though.
We
But
do
a hell
love
of an
him.
athlete.
Yeah.
Yep.
An amazing
But that's you
athlete.
saw that's the foundation.
And
right?
he has the personality.
And he does have the personality.
So how do you find a good employee?
How do you find it, and do you train him?
So
obviously.
I put him through a pretty intensive, and actually JP actually helps me quite a bit now with it too. In fact, he probably even does more than I do now.
Because he's your manager.
He is.
Yep.
And, now, I'd say he has zero experience. Well, we've been open almost 12 years, and
Right.
he's been with us since the beginning. So he's just as good or better of a trainer than I'll ever be.
Right, and you are becoming and starting to become a lifestyle business owner. Mm-hmm.
And he, but we put a potential candidate through a pretty rigorous
program
to get them up to speed, to try to teach them the nuances of, training someone with high intensity intervals without hurting them.
Right.
Right. Because most people that come in for training have some type of injury you're working around.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can't just train everybody like they're a Division I athlete.
But do they? I don't think I've ever been there where there's been only like a trainer there and then they're gone. I mean, it seems
No.
like
Yeah, that's the thing. You've created some kind of a
you-
system that's kept a lot
Yeah.
of longevity with your employees. So.
I mean, the beauty is when a trainer starts off in a gym, say they take a job at a big box gym,
Mm-hmm.
they have to go fish for their own clients, and that could take you years to have.
So that's an
you.
30
That's an
hours
attraction.
of
You
your place.
provide the clients
Exactly.
for your
Somebody comes in and
trainers.
works for me. They've got 30, 40 hours on the schedule, and they didn't have to sell a damn thing.
That's
they can just
great.
train.
Is there
No,
anything
that's
that you do
awesome.
that actually that you've been successful in motivating your
Yeah.
employees?
How
Because
do you
we always
keep
like
them
to,
there and-
business owners always want to know how do we motivate our
Yep.
employees to want to work for us? I mean, anything
I
special?
think if they have a passion for the craft, they
Mm-hmm.
really, really love training and love being healthy, then like myself, it just doesn't feel like work to them. And
Right.
they're motivated because, we take care of them. I offer them, all the kit and caboodles that
Yep,
the big
see,
box
that's
will
good.
do.
You gotta do that.
Benefits and vacations and paid vacations and raises and salaried positions. And I do tend to overpay, but with the thought that I don't, nobody wants turnover, right?
Right. You have very little turnover. And I don't know
Exactly.
what you do with your trainers, but I know that every so often, JP has been intricate in planning a lot of your events and
Yeah.
even people. But do they get to go on that
Absolutely.
and for free?
Yeah.
See, that's
Oh,
awesome. So
yeah. So
tell
there's
us
little
about
perks
the
like
little
that.
excursions that,
Well,
that
we
you
try
get to
to
implement.
get somebody's eye off the prize of success or failure. Is I'm starting at weight A and success is when I get to Z,
Right.
and everything else in between is fluff.
Right.
So you get their eye off of getting to that end number,
Yep.
and you get them focused on something else, like getting ready for a race or
Right.
an event or something like that. And along the way, the byproduct of getting ready for that race
That's
is they
awesome.
lose the weight or they fit into
Yep.
the pants they wanted
That's
to wear. Or
brilliant.
something like
That's
that.
like
That is.
mind
You're like
psychology.
a psychologist,
Yeah.
man. You're like a
Right.
psychologist.
That's so great. Okay. So, do you believe in adding? I know that I've talked to you about some things,
There we
but
go.
adding services and products like smoothies or
I mean,
smoothies.
supplements and all that fun stuff is
Yes.
great, but if you're drinking too much beer and eating pizza, you can take every supplement under the sun, and that
That
really
is
doesn't
true.
matter. So,
So you've
supplement,
kept a very simple
True.
business model. I've seen
Yes.
in your business. You
It
don't
works.
add a bunch of extra things.
no.
Well, I'm asking him. I want to know if it works. Like, why have you not decided to go into some other things like most places would have?
I think you
add-on?
nickel and dimes
Mm-hmm.
your members, and I also think that those are money making opportunities for the gym, and they're not always have the client's best interest at heart.
Okay.
So
That makes sense.
really, losing weight and being healthy is not easy. It is not easy at all. If it was
Oh, I
easy, then
know.
everybody would be.
Yep.
And the bottom line is you got to eat right, and you got to put a lot of hard work
You
in.
do.
And there is no get quick fix. And
There
cheap
is
way
not.
out, or eat this and you'll be perfect.
I
You know,
mean,
it's just-
believe me, I've tried a lot of stuff, ladies and gentlemen out there, but it's good old fashioned. I remember when I first started with you guys, it's been about 3 years, and I love McDonald's and Taco Bell and fast food. And Alex said it was, yes, you're in the gym, you're doing that part, but it's food, right? It's the food. It was what, like 80?
yeah, 80%.
Yeah, 80-20.
You
So
got to do 80-20.
it's not 80% working out, all right, and then 20% food. It's the food, 80% and 20 working out.
So how are you able to keep your gym fresh for all these years?
Yeah.
Well, that's a challenge. I mean, especially in Bellevue, it's grown so much
It
since
has.
we've been there. When I first opened, we were one of maybe 3
Oh, wow.
options in Bellevue. Now there's probably 12 to 15. I'd like to think our reputation has kept us relevant as long as we have been. But really, you're as good as your weakest link. And
Right.
I do try to pride myself on really developing the staff, and really getting them to buy into what we're doing. And if they're bought in, then the clients feel that, right? And they can
I
tell,
agree.
like, if that this person's not only invested in me, but they're invested in the craft itself.
Exactly. No, that makes total sense. And what I like about the gym also is there's privacy. You know, I know that in Bellevue, you know, there's a lot of high profile individuals and clientele. So for them to be able to come to a place and have complete privacy and their individual workout is phenomenal. So you know what? Thank you so much, Alex, for being on our show this afternoon here at the Lifestyle Business Owner Academy. We're not rendering financial or legal advice, and we're not telling you what you should or shouldn't do with your money or your business. We're simply telling you what we are personally doing. When we come back, we're going to start our LBO segment. This is where you get an opportunity to know us, and we will talk about how to buy a business, grow profits, and make it run without you. Make sure you follow us on The Lifestyle Business Owner on Facebook and Instagram, and you can also listen to The Lifestyle Business Owner Show anytime, anywhere on lboradio.com. That's lboradio.com. Again, Alex, thank you so much for being on our show this afternoon. And you guys get out there and work out.
Iron.
Pump, pump, pump.
The Lifestyle Business Owner Show continues after this on AM 1580. The Answer.